Okay, now I'm going to make some selections in here for my body or my face. This one has a lot more complicated, really the banana is finished at this point. I'm going to show you how to select eyes and things like that. For this one though, I think I'm going to just sort of go with my lasso tool. Just select out my face and the parts of me that are my skin. I know that this is my skin here. I'm going to probably need to go back and look at my face. If I make a mistake, there are ways of fixing it. So I'm just going to see what I've missed here. Yeah, I'm going to have to, oops, not that. I want to shift. I'm going to add my ear in here. So sometimes you do just have to be careful about how you're drawing. Okay, a little bit more in here. Yeah, so this one's more about, there's like no magic wand tool or anything that I can use to specifically get some of these areas. So I can just sort of make careful selections, you know, based on what I see. And again, I want to go back into my threshold layer. Oh, one thing that I don't want is, I don't want my, actually, you know what, I'm going to leave it in there for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to pick my solid color, and I'm going to make it sort of skinish color. Okay, and definitely I want to hit multiply. That's much better. Now there's some areas in here that are white and some areas that I don't want in there. Obviously, I don't want my eyes to look like they're brown, or, you know, or a color that they aren't. So what these are in here, see these little boxes of, I can change my color in here, but I also have this box that's next to it. And that's a layer mask. And a layer mask allows you to select and deselect things. Maybe I talked about this in an earlier video, but I'm going to go in there with a brush tool. And this works well because I can just sort of dab right over top of my eye. Now, I have a fuzzy brush tool. I want it to be like solid because I want to lift that area out for sure. It's a little bit large. Now, if I make a mistake like that, and I did that on purpose because I wanted to show you this, if I switch it to white, that gets rid of that change. So I'm not really erasing any pixels. I'm just working inside my layer mask. And as you can see, if I, here, let me go back. And by the way, X toggles between these two colors. As I'm hitting X, okay, so let me remove like a big swatch here. And you can see the changes that take place over there. Like if I were to make a big mark, you can sort of see it in there. And I can change my size brush too to, you know, to hit it up and, you know, make that change go away. So let's get rid of this for a minute. Oops, I don't want to do that. So I was letting that color change over top of my hair. And I also don't want a brush that's this big. Okay, so I do want to remove the white out of my eyes. And I want to not have it underneath of my eyes. Okay, and I think that's it. There's a little bit here that I want to fill in. Like I said, if I made any mistakes, I can fix it up here. Okay. All right. And I'm also going to go into my shape selection tool, and I'm going to specifically shape or get these circles in here now for my pupils. And in my threshold layer, and I'm going to make those a solid color. Oops, I thought I had both of them. I guess I don't. Can I? I can indeed move that up. You know what? In this layer, I'm just going to go right in here and use my brush tool because I didn't get that layer. And I'm going to hit it up with a multiply. And there are my blue eyes. My eyes aren't that blue. They're a lighter gray or blue. Well, you know, I'm going to make them blue because I want to be able to change them in the later on. Okay, some other selections. I'm just going to finish this up for you guys to watch now. So the shirt down here, I think I'm going to just hit up all the white parts of that. Boom. So I'm going to hit my shift key. This time I'm using the magic wand because I want to get all these white parts, and that works pretty well for this. Oops. Well, we'll see whether I miss anything. And I'm just going to go in and make that a color. I can make my shirt any color I want. You can see totally where I missed everything. Let's make that a bright red maybe. And so in there, I'll just hit that up with my brush tool. That's an easy fix. So I can, actually it's not that easy, is it? Okay, so I'm going to have to make that another selection because but now it's much easier to see, I guess. It actually doesn't look so bad having, fine. I'm going to just subtract all of this goodness out of here. Actually, where does my shirt begin? I don't want any of my head in there. How's that? Oh, I just screwed it up, didn't I? And you know what? I'm just going to leave it as is. So there's my face. I want to get a little bit more detail in here. I'll do that in the next video. I'll show you how to do that.